Hey everybody, it's Michael with Aurora Knife and Tool, and I'm doing a video. It's sort of a recap of a live that I just did. I just did about an hour-long live where I was testing out various methods of scratching the aluminum that's on Snarf. I had been notified by the OEM that because we were doing a color fade, we're going from, with the moonburst, we're going from purple to black. With the sunburst, we're going from yellow to orange red. And because of that gradient does not allow them to do as hard as a finish as you would normally do on an aluminum knife. And so, they made me a little nervous because I was like, I want to make sure that folks are getting, they know what they're getting. We never want to under deliver. We want to always over deliver. And so, so I went ahead and notified all the backers, and I've done multiple back and forth messaging about it. I've talked with the OEM about, potentially doing a clear coat, something like that. And so far, we've not been able to figure out anything like that would work. And so at the very least, what I wanted to know is, okay, what are folks signing up for? The product as it stands, how does it stand up to the average aluminum knife, and how does it, or average aluminum finish, how does it stand up to the titanium finish? And so basically what I would say that we discovered, the method that we were using was, we've got a scale and we're doing abrasive items, and we're watching the grams and trying to keep it within about a 50 gram difference, within a 50 gram range. And to me, it performs as well as the other aluminum finishes. We tried, this is the Real Steel Metamorph. We had a Husky knife that we got some scratches on. We did a Cabela's knife. We did a couple titanium. This is Dark Truffles. This is the Satin Tie for Snarf, and like I said, the Real Steel Metamorph, and the Moonburst finish for Snarf. So for the summary that I would come to is, I think practically speaking, it performs as well as any other finish. When I'm using a quarter, when I'm using a key, when I'm using even a Weehaw bit, I'm having to put what I would call purposeful pressure to make any kind of lasting impact on it. You know what I mean? It's not like you can just do this and leave a mark. You have to really do it on purpose. And so basically, when I applied enough pressure to leave a mark on other surfaces, that was also enough pressure to leave one here. When I did one that was deep enough to cause, like you see this big scratch here, it caused scratches on the other ones I don't have. Like you can just kind of see a couple scratches here on the Real Steel. So yeah, I mean, it may be from a factory's perspective, obviously it is more resilient from a technical perspective. But with the measurement tools that I have, I would say you're going to have to be dropping it. You're going to be having to have some sort of, the kind of thing that you would expect to leave a mark on titanium seems to me to be about what you would need to leave a mark on the aluminum. I think the difference, though, is with the purple and the red and orange, yellow, black, these colors are so different from the color of the material that's beneath. You do a single scratch and it just pops. It's a glaring issue. Whereas if you've got some wear on titanium, on a satin finish, all it does is basically, you've got a different finish on them, but it's not a different color. So I think that's primarily the thing that we're seeing. So I wanted to do like a shorter video, so you wouldn't have to watch the whole hour-long video to kind of do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with the quarter, with the key, and with the Weehaw bit, and basically, let's see, try to, because it would try to rev it up to where I get to the point where I've left a mark on Snarf, and then also do the same weight. Now, is this the most scientific that it could be? No, I spent a lot of time today trying to come up with, I had like a plumb bob that has a graphite bit that I was trying to like suspend over this scale, and it just wasn't able to provide the kind of consistent pressure that I had hoped for. And in reality, I mean, I think the scale bears out a pretty good demonstration of the amount of pressure that's going on. So that's enough talking now that we're at almost the 6-minute mark. So we're on grams. On the quarter, what I found, now there is a little bit of wear right here already. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the quarter. I'll go this direction on the quarter just so we're taking up less space. So I'm at the 900 gram. This is like you're doing this on purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like that's way heavier than you. If I was going to say, let's say I'm scratching off, the McDonald's Monopoly, right? I'd probably be at about 400 scratching off. This is me. I'm trying to get the Monopoly thing off. Now it has left some wear here and some wear here. But some of that is just the quarter itself. In fact, most of that is, so I got up to, what did I get up to? About 1,000 on that. And I think I got up to 1,000. Is that right? That's kind of, I'm gonna go here and see if I can. So I'm up to 1,000. All right. And let's see. I mean, for the most part, it's tougher than a quarter. So let's see here. Going back and we're going to try to do the same thing on the real steel finish. Get us up at about 1,000. We'll do the same thing on the titanium. Actually, kind of digging in deeper. It may just be wearing away more of the quarter. It's like it makes me nervous because of how much how much resistance I'm getting at. It's hard for me to make my soul. It hurts my soul to get up higher to 1,000. Okay, I got it to 1,000. Okay, and then the dark truffles. Come on, 1,000. There we go. Fell off here. 8, 9, 8, 9, 8. Come on, 1,000. There we go. 1,000. Come on, 1,000. Give me more thousands. All right. So you can see you've got. And I'll go ahead and do the 1,000 again on this. So we've got comparables. There's our 1,000. Okay. So you've got residue, but you can see it's all kind of that coppery color, which you can really see on the dark truffles. And so all of that pretty much comes off. So mostly what you're seeing there is the quarter being worn away, not the finish being worn away. So, I mean, the aluminum Snarf is tougher than a quarter, I would say. Key. All right. Let's go up to 1,000. All right, so I'm getting that's a real scratch there at 1,000. Oh, I'm gonna go back down a little bit. All right, and I'm trying to get up to 1,000. Okay. So it looks to me like we did lose. Yeah, see, so we lost a good amount there on that. We lost not as much on this one. and on the titanium and on the dark truffles titanium, not really losing anything at that 1,000 mark. I'm just going to try a different area because I know I've been working on this before. Let me just make sure that we get the same results at 1,000 here on a fresh area. We'll go higher than that. We'll go to 1,200. Yeah, that might have just been that I was on a falling off here. So that's over that 1,100 mark. Yeah, I think this was we lost more there just because we were just because I had been working on that area in the previous test because I used up this whole area right here. But we're in the thousands over here, and I mean it is definitely leaving a mark. And I would say that looks to me like that is slightly deeper, and especially along that ridge right there. But I would say that is deeper than this. But to me, like, I guess what I would say is, if I was scratching my knife like this in the 300s, and it was leaving, and if it was removing material, I would be horribly embarrassed. Because that seems to me like the kind of, wear that you would normally get. When I'm pushing like 1,000, it's like I'm trying to scratch the knife. And then let's do some flats with the Weehaw bit just for giggles. Let's see here. So I'm right here on that. I'm going to try my best to just do. I'm going to try to get it to 1,000 and then just do like a scratch. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Get this up to 1,000 and then a scratch. Get this up to 1,000 and then scratch. And then get this up to 1,000 and then scratch. Let's do that. Let's do that like 3 times, right? So, well, first we can compare it. So it was here, there, and there. So it looks to me like it was more of a snail trail here and here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did it right there on the flat edge. I forgot. Yeah, so I'm trying to see if I can feel it. Not so much. But all right, I'm going to do another one. Let's do it right here. This looks like this is not, area's not been hit too much with like a deep scratch. Going to it. I'll start at the top here. Go all the way down. 1,000. There we go. I'll do one more. 1,000. There we go. And why not one more? 1,000. It looks like I'm like struggling to put 1,000 grams of pressure. Now I'm also holding now the bit at the same angle because I realized I had rotated the bit in the last one. So 1,000. Let's just do 3 in that 1,000 range. Oh, it was my hand on the scale. So my hand wasn't on the scale. On this one, was it? I don't think so. Let's just start getting OCD over here. And 1,000. And the dark, do 3 with it. It's really skating off that dark truffles finish. All right. So this area right here was our 3 or 4 scratches. I know it's kind of hard to see with the... So... obviously you're leaving some missing some material there. Same thing here. Less so here, but again, it's like, it's hard to imagine if this was a purple you would be seeing that much more clearly, which is why I wanted to do the dark truffles, but that it does kind of still hide it, which may be because it's black wash. But you know, I don't know. As I do this, I mean, like I said, which is getting me a less scratched up area. I'm trying to like leave one whole scale of Moonburst unscratched in case we come up with a better test. But to me, if I'm doing this to any knife in that 1,000 range, I would be like, yeah, of course that would leave a mark. You know, it actually doesn't leave one as much as I thought it would. It really removes more of the quarter than anything. It's kind of hard to tell now because we're at the edge of it. But it sure seems to me that if you want to sand down any quarters, you could use your titanium for it. But I mean, on the whole, the finish is more resilient than the quarter itself is. It sure seems like to me. Seems like it. By the time you're done, the color that's left on it is from the quarter, not the other way around. So I don't know. To me, I feel like it performs about as well as I would expect any finish to perform. Obviously, if you know it's a trade-off, right? To have that the fade is going to result in a statistically less resilient finish. I think more importantly, it's just going to show more because you've got this dark color that then underneath it has this very light color. So it is going to show whether or not it is, you know, horribly statistically more, you know, weaker. I don't think it really is, at least from a practical standpoint. But as far as what's going to show, I think it will show. Just like any, you know, like this guy's going to show. I mean, like I took the clip off this guy and I've barely used this. And so this was just the impact of the clip being in place and carried twice, maybe, you know. So would that happen on Snarf? Probably. Would that happen on any of the other knives? Probably as well. You just probably wouldn't notice it as much because it would be, you know, titanium to titanium, that kind of thing. But anyway, you know, give me your comments, give me your thoughts. Certainly open to experimenting more. But I feel a lot better about it now that I've tried to scratch it and realize, okay, it really takes some effort. I have to be scratching it on purpose for it to, like, even this is like, I wouldn't do this with my titanium knife, you know, and this is only in the 30 grams. And I mean, is it leaving a little bit of a mark? Yeah. But again, I mean, this doesn't, you know? So I don't know. To me, it seems like it's performing about as well as the others do from a practical standpoint, especially in terms of the titanium. You can watch the longer video if you want to see more. And then if you have other ideas, just put them in the comments, send me a message. But otherwise, just wanted to kind of to be as detailed as possible as we can be, showing you guys the finish. I feel a lot better about it having done this myself. So, all right. Well, thanks so much for checking it out, and we'll catch you next time.